Good evening. I am here. It is 11:35 p.m. on September 5th, 2024. So, I don't have a lot to say, but today is a bit of a special day, and I just wanted to bring it up real quick before I start the stream. Today marks 8 years since I started streaming regularly on Twitch. I did stream a few times before that on Twitch and elsewhere, but this is officially the 8th year since I started doing it regularly, and I've in fact kept up with it pretty much. Thank you, Metal Gear NES. Didn't realize that was a playlist. Anyway, here's some Freedom Planet music, which is appropriate because stream anniversary. So 2016, September 5th, I started streaming. I did it at the time because I was unemployed for a few years. I felt like I was kind of going nowhere, and I felt like, alright, I'll start streaming. Why not? I've always wanted to. I wanted to do it more. I had just gotten a laptop given to me by someone randomly coming up to me, like, on Twitter and being like, hey, do you want a free laptop since you don't have a computer? And I was like, cool, thank you. So that friend, that very generous friend, sent me a not a new laptop, but a fairly usable one. And I got it, I set up for streams, and I started streaming. For about the past year before that, I was running a Twitter account that got pretty popular, called RT Your Bird. And I thought that maybe some of that audience would spill into a Twitch audience. It didn't. As you could tell, I'm still 8 years later streaming to an average of less than 10 people. So, you know, it is what it is. I've kind of accepted that I'm just not the kind of streamer that's gonna ever pull in a big audience consistently. But I'm doing it because I'm doing it because it was something to do with my time and because I have fun with it. And nowadays, if I don't stream, I'm pretty much not playing video games outside of like a couple things here and there. So it still serves a purpose for me. But yeah, between between 2016 and now, I've pretty much streamed regularly. For a long time, I actually never skipped a single week on the calendar. I had at least one stream every calendar week for at least 3 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, yeah. 2019, I finally broke that because at that point I had my job, and that was when the old position at my job started getting really bad. So I went on a bit of a break for a few years, from I think, was it March? Beginning of March till middle of June of that year. And then I think in 2021, I took about a month off as well when things were getting kind of weird emotionally. And sorry to say, but like that hasn't really changed much. I'm just a little better at managing my time with the emotions. So I'm not gone as often anymore. But it's, you know, I'm still here. I'm still doing this every other night or so, 3 to 4 times a week. Still enjoying it. I wish I could stream more. I wish that I would have more people here, but I wouldn't give up doing what I'm doing here to make that happen. I feel like the only way I could possibly make that happen is if I shifted gears on what the stream focused on, and that's just not me. I just want to focus on what I enjoy playing. And to go back to the stream anniversary thing, the first streams I did when I started streaming regularly was resuming a Freedom Planet stream that I had started before. Back in 2015, I wanted that to actually be the start of my streaming when I started playing Freedom Planet. And the laptop I had at the time had a hard disk crash, and that's why I ended up getting this other laptop a year later. At first I was like, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to wait until something happens, and then I'll get a new computer. But when I realized that wasn't happening, I decided to take the offer for the laptop, and then I started streaming. So I picked right up where I left off with Freedom Planet. No one cared because, you know, no one was really there for... People were just there to see me that first night. And then I also played AM2R, the another Metroid 2 remake, which had come out a few months before. And I really wanted to play it. I was just in the mood for Metroid. Because at the time, I was just really starting to get into Metroid, like, a lot. 2014, 2015 was when I really started getting into the series. But once I finished those two games, the first long game I played on stream The first one that I played from like start to finish over a course of a couple weeks was Secret of Mana, because I had been asked by No URL Please, who's often in chat, to try the game because she really likes the Mana series, and I play it. Cool, Ramble is over. Ramble is not over. Also, hey, I just mentioned you. So I played Secret of Mana. I had mixed opinions about it, but I was satisfied with the experience. And then I made it a tradition every year after that to play another Mana game, starting on the anniversary. First anniversary, I did Seiken Densetsu 3. Second anniversary was Sword of Mana. Third was was Final Fantasy Adventure. Third anniversary was Sword of Mana. Fourth anniversary was Legend of Mana. Plus, I had played Trials of Mana right before that when the remake came out. And then the year after that was Dawn of Mana, I think. I keep forgetting what the DS game is called. I think it's Dawn of Mana. And then the year after that, I broke the tradition because Freedom Planet 2 came out, and since Freedom Planet was the first game I streamed in the regular stream rotation, I was like, oh, I'll just make that the anniversary game. And then last year I skipped it as well because I was in the middle of playing FF14, and I didn't want to start another Square Enix RPG, which is funny because this year I'm playing two at the same time. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts and I'm playing Visions of Mana. But yeah, this year was really cool that we got a Mana game a week ago today. That we got an actual new Mana game right before my stream anniversary. So I'm really happy to have, like, I was considering waiting until today to start it, but I was like, I want to play it immediately. And here we are. We're at the start of my 9th year of streaming, and we're not in the middle, but we're getting towards the middle of a brand new Mana game for me to stream. And that's just really cool that it worked out that way. I'm very thankful to Square Enix and the studio that made the game. Not so much NetEase for then laying off the entire studio, or at least working on laying them off. But hey, I can't control that, unfortunately. It sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, this music from Freedom Planet is actually Jade Creek. Oh, it's Jade Creek 2. Whoops. I was supposed to play Jade Creek 1 because I started the first stream playing the Jade Creek level of my first playthrough of that game. And yeah, that's I mean, it's been a weird 8 years, you know. We've been through a lot. There's a lot of games, a lot of phases of the stream. The 480p phase, the 720p phase. I'm now deep into the PNGtuber phase, the crust phase, the USB microphone phase, where you would hear like the like in the background of all my streams. The dropped frame, the low frame rate phase, where the quality would just drop instead of just kind of drop frames. The actual the Vine Ryzen phase, which again I do live fairly close to where Vinny does, so when he has Verizon issues, sometimes I will too. It's just the way things go. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of memories. I've had phases where I kept thinking I'm not going to stream anymore because I'm like, I'm not making money. People aren't watching me or following me. I'm not popular. But you know, I'm still here. I'm too stubborn to stop, and streaming is good for me. I enjoy doing it because, I mean, what else am I going to do with my time? Try harder at voice acting and drawing? Please. But I mean, I do both of those as well, and I'm very proud of where I've gone in both of those, even if I'm not where I want to be in anything yet. Sorry, saw something stupid. Anyway, I was gonna make this a bit longer and reminisce over a lot of stuff, but the truth is, there's no point. When I had the 50th anniversary, I actually went back and like looked through all of my VOD uploads. Maybe I'll consider doing that again on the 10th anniversary. I'm also considering getting like a logo drawn for the 10th anniversary, like something to celebrate it. But again, that's 2 years from now, and I'm gonna plan that out a bit better than I planned out this anniversary. Unless you want to talk about the salty moments, I mean, there's a lot to be salty about on the stream. There was a lot that happened that I wasn't happy about. My attitude during games was definitely worse back in the day. It's still not great. I still have my moments where I get kind of frustrated, but, you know, it is what it is. And I am happy with what I'm doing right now. I've applied to a few more I know I've mentioned this a few times. I applied to a bunch of teams this year and didn't get in. I applied to a couple more, and I think the roster is going to be getting chosen soon for those teams, so maybe we'll be getting good news about that in the near future. I was kind of crossing my fingers that maybe I'd hear something back about one or more of them today, so that I could be like, hey, I've got an announcement for the 8th anniversary of streams. I'm on this new team. But, you know, it doesn't work like that. And even so, you know, a team isn't going to necessarily change anything with the stream. I know Wild Abandon really didn't, and even though I appreciate my time on that team, it was absolutely nowhere near as big of a deal as I made it out to be at the time. As happy as I was to be on it. But I digress. I really enjoyed doing this stream, and I know I've said that a bunch already. I don't really have a canned speech here. I don't have anything planned. In fact, I was going to be here earlier and just do a longer Mana stream, but I think it's just going to be like a normal, like, it's going to be a 4-hour one. It's going to be a bit longer, but it's only going to be one part. It's not going to be two-hour videos like I made Kingdom Hearts the other night. But, excuse me. But yeah, there is one thing I want to talk about briefly, because I mentioned this on the YouTube channel and while I was looking at VODs that I've uploaded recently. My stream quality is not great anymore. All the 3D games I'm streaming, even though I'm streaming them at 720p, which is considered high definition, they don't look great. We're getting to the point now where 720p is becoming less and less viable as a high def resolution, and there are a few reasons why I have not switched to 1080p. The major one being is that for some reason OBS constantly gets encoding overloads when I stream in 1080p, and I think it might put too much strain on my internet connection. So I don't know what's going to happen there. We're updating tech? No, probably not. The thing is, I don't know what I need to do to make it work properly. I don't know what I'm going to need to do to make OBS run better. I don't know what I'm going to need to do to make the internet connection not suck, because I'm already getting like fluctuating internet quality when I stream. So I have to really be careful with how much data I'm using when I'm streaming, because I need to be mindful of like how much bandwidth I'm taking up, because if I'm streaming in 1080p, that's going to be a lot more data being sent to Twitch. So it might be too much. The other thing is that, like, I was kind of worried that other people wouldn't be able to watch it as well, but, I mean, at this point, everyone has stream quality control, so if you need to turn it down, you could turn it down. But I'll consider it. The biggest issue with changing the stream resolution is that if I do that, none of the stuff I have set up will natively transfer over to it. Like, my PNGtuber will be shrunk down and be moved to the middle of the screen. I don't like that. I might have to set up a whole new thing to try that out if I'm going to do it. But I might consider in the near future trying to stream in 1080p and see if it works, just to make sure things look better. But we'll have to see. In terms of other plans regarding this upcoming year of streams, it's just games. I don't have any tech plans. I don't have any collab plans right now. And why do I need them? I'm not really like that kind of streamer. I've never been that kind of streamer. I would love to collab with more people, and I would love to find a bigger audience, but right now, there's just nothing on the table for that. So, whatever happens, happens, and I think that it's hard to be like, I don't even know what to say, really. It's just, you know, it's just do what we've been doing, and whatever happens, happens. And I think that, you know, it could still be enjoyable that way. Even if it's not necessarily where even if, like, you know, where I am right now, today, isn't where I saw myself being 8 years ago. I don't regret anything that we've been through. Maybe a couple things. There were a couple moments on stream that I definitely regret going through. But for the most part, I think it's been a great 8 years, and I'm thankful for everyone who's come by and watched me. I'm thankful for everyone who's subbed, even though that's, that's few and far between. I'm thankful for everyone who followed, even if I'm not my follower goal after all this time. In fact, last year's anniversary, we hit 500, and now I'm only at 574, which is unfortunately a fair bit less than I was hoping to be. I was hoping to be at 750 by this point, with hitting 1,000 by the end of year 9. But, things change. Maybe I'm one special stream away from getting like 400 people to follow me. You never know. Overnight success is a thing, but I don't know if I'll ever get lucky enough to experience it. We'll have to see. What I do know is that there's going to be more streams. I'm not going anywhere. Situation forbid, I'm not going anywhere. And I'm going to continue to just do what I've been doing. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Again, I have absolutely nothing planned for the anniversary this year. I know I usually do something. Like last year I did GeoGuessr, the year before that I did Jackbox with friends. What did I do the year before that? Did I do anything special 2 years before that? I think I did, no, that wasn't, that was 2 years before that. We'll look it up, actually. Anniversary. Anniversary streams. Most of these, I didn't really do anything special. I just started the mana game. When I was at my 5th year, I did a 5-year anniversary retrospective. 6th year, I did the Jackbox. 7th year, I did GeoGuessr. And that's pretty much it. So, consider this like an old school anniversary. Nothing special. We're just gonna roll into a nice, long Visions of Mana stream. We're gonna finish the demo area again, and we're gonna move on to what's next. And it's gonna be great. Thank you so much, everyone. Especially you, KnowURL, please. You've been there since day 1, and I very much appreciate that. Everyone who's been here, everyone who used to come here, everyone who comes in late. Eevee, Karma, Robo Bunny, all of them. There's a lot of them. Lols for the win. He's been kind of like non-existent lately, and I miss him. But he used to be here a lot. Werewolf Epsilon, Shell Shock, Nox, who doesn't go by Nox anymore. I gotta remember their new name. A lot of people that have come and gone over the years. V4 is someone who's like, they'll be gone for like a year, and then they'll pop in one night, and I'll be like, oh, hey. Sohn, Atman, Val, everyone. Lai, Ayla. Gyro. Again, if I think about the specific people, I'll be here all night. But, yeah. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to at least another 2 years of this. And then probably more, because I'm not going to get a logo drawn for my 10th anniversary and then stop streaming. If life needs me to change how often I stream or when I stream, it'll happen. But, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll be able to stream more. But yeah. I think that's long enough for... I think pushing 20 minutes is long enough for this ramble. So, let me set up Visions of Mana, and we'll get started proper tonight. Stick around, and hopefully it won't take me 8 years to set up.